Good morning, good evening, good afternoon to whomever is watching at whatever time. My name is Griffin Hughes. I'm a first-year medical student here in Tulsa, and Ty Moore, he is also a first year in Tulsa. So how this presentation is structured, it's just like the poster. Going to run through introduction, methods, etc. So let's just jump right into the research with the title, An Evaluation of Systematic Reviews of the Top General Medicine Journals for Predatory Journals. So first we got to define what exactly is a predatory journal and how did they come about. So in the early 2000s, with the advent of the open access journal, with the boon of the internet, uh, there came predatory journals that parasitized the open access journal business model of charging publication fees, submission fees, and article processing fees. But these predatory journals would charge much more than a proper open access journal. Uh, these predatory journals also have a dubious review process, promising rapid turnover, leading researchers to think that a proper peer review process is not being conducted with these journals. So our research here is to determine if these predatory journals are cited in, one, published systematic reviews or meta-analyses, the gold standard of evidence-based medicine, and two, clinical practice guidelines. So on to the methods. We took 10 systematic reviews or meta-analyses from the top 5 journals of general medical science using Google Scholar Metrics H5 index. We extracted each primary study of these systematic reviews or meta-analyses and isolated their journals of publication. Using a pilot-tested Google Sheets script, essentially a program in Google Sheets, we took each primary study journal of publication and cross-referenced them with Beal's lists, which is a compendium of potential predatory journals. Exact matches were analyzed in masked duplicate fashion, and we mediated and resolved our findings. So to finish up the presentation, talk about results and conclusion is Ty Moore.
Hello, my name is Ty Moore, and I've had the privilege to work alongside Griffin Hughes on this project. I'm going to be talking a little bit about the results that we found, and then a little bit of a short conclusion as well. So here in the beginning, to start off, I'm going to be talking about table 1 here. Here on the left, we have listed the top 5 general medicine journals that we evaluated. Those top 5 journals were picked based upon their H5 index here. And unfortunately, after evaluating their 10 systematic reviews in each one, we did happen to find 4 systematic reviews that contained a primary study published in a predatory journal. And then over here on the right, these are the titles of some of those predatory journals that we did happen to identify. Here on table 2, we went into a little bit more of the general characteristics of these systematic reviews that happen to have a predatory journal. So here we actually evaluated again if the systematic review might happen to be included in a clinical practice guideline. And unfortunately, we did happen to find one of the systematic reviews that had a primary study published in a predatory journal was indeed included in a clinical practice guideline. The others were not, but we also did happen to look up and find out if how many times these systematic reviews were cited, as well as the title of the primary study that had been published in a predatory journal is listed here, along with those predatory journal titles. To kind of wrap up this discussion here, unfortunately, predatory journals have been found in some of the most highly recognized journals in general medicine. This is certainly a cause for concern, as predatory journals can be included in clinical practice guidelines and then therefore directly have an impact on patient care. Unfortunately, because of this, ultimately predatory journals can harm science's trustworthiness long term and maybe even have an impact on a physician's discretion and judgment when they're trying to decide what might be best for a patient. Because of this, further research needs to be certainly done to better understand predatory journals and maybe how we can best keep them out of science in the future. Thank you guys for taking a listen today. And then on this last page, here's our just general contact information and emails for Griffin and I both. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to reach out. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Thank you.